Alright, we are back. Last time we dealt with a catfish trying to sell us to the Garleans, and we were rescued by a ninja turtle. And now we've made it to the Ruby Sea, where we have to go investigate some sort of disturbance before we continue on. We're gonna fly. The volcano is home to some fire creatures. There's our destination.
Gentlemen, I'm told you are most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kojin stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat. And the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory, or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put to sea at once!
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
Everywhere we go, everyone's just so beaten down they don't want to fight. I get it. What are we waiting for? Come, come! Soroban cannot have gone far. Though, now that I think on it, it is passing strange that he left without warning. Mayhap he did not wish to be seen by his Kojin brethren. I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless, it may be prudent to return to his ship, or at least to the Confederate encampment. Yes, we'll do that. The sun. It does, the water turns red. Where are you? Ah. Flew right past him. Oh, my friends, 1,000 pardons. As you may have guessed, I was reluctant to be seen in your company by my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our allegiances as a whole. You understand. Kami be praised. Too often are shell-less quick to judge all Kojin for the deeds of one. Right then, now that our business with Tan Sui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear. To bend with the wind. I shall return to the ship and prepare for our departure. If you have any remaining business to conduct with the pirates here, I pray you do so now. Ah, that reminds me, Asuka. Would you be so kind as to inform the Confederates of our plans? The more they know of our movements, the less like we are to be mistaken for another vessel by their comrades. Okay. Hello, proud Confederate. Oh, you're one of the Ijian from the beach, leaving us already? No need to pay the tithe like Tansui said. On the other hand, if you were to peruse our wares and find anything to your liking, we should be glad to sell it to you for a fair price. And now back to Soroban. You have spoken with the Confederates up above, then. Excellent. If you are ready to depart, we may do so at any time. All aboard. Then let us be off. I shall deliver you to the fishing village of Isari. Wait, Tansui said the Viceroy was holding court in one of the fishing villages, did he not? Should Isari chance to be the village in question, we could instantly find ourselves surrounded by Imperial soldiers. I think it's safer to come ashore some distance away. Very well. I know just the place. mountains. Here we are. I am reasonably certain none bore witness to our approach. And with this, I believe I have fulfilled the terms of our agreement. Aye, that you have. You have my deepest thanks, Soroban. Truly, we are blessed to have befriended such a clever and industrious merchant. Oh, you are much too kind, good sir. I know not where your path may lead, but I wish you the very best, and hope that we shall meet again. So, we finally arrived in Othard. All we need to do is, liberate Doma. Ah, yes, that. Look, daunting though it is, we do have one thing in our favor. The element of surprise. Unlike Girabania, the Imperials don't know we're here. Admittedly, that may be our only advantage, considering how few of us there are. Well, I expect the Dome and Liberation Front will even up the odds a bit. But before all that, we need to see if this is the fishing village Tansui was talking about. It may well be. I smell ceruleum on the breeze.
Even accounting for the rebellion, such indiscriminate shows of force seem pointlessly excessive.
If only you knew how commonplace such scenes have become. Are we too late?
Over there, someone's coming.
This guy again.
It is she, sworn enemy of Doma, of my master. The traitor who sold her homeland to the Garleans. Yotsuyu.
The Viceroy herself. And look behind her. Isn't that...
Filth and squalor everywhere I look. How very Doma. What I wouldn't do for a drink. Come now. You've no reason to look so afraid. You have lived through a quarter of a century of Garlean rule, remember?
'Tis better to bend with the wind than stand tall and be broken. Therein lies hope. Therein lies freedom. I come before you today seeking affirmation. A heartfelt declaration. You're free to answer me as you see fit, yet even the least among you should know the correct response. Should. A resident of your village, one of your neighbors, mayhap your friend, was detained by the Kojin this morning. They say he was attempting to flee to Kugane. But we both know that simply isn't true, don't we? Have you anything to say? Bit slow, this one. Is there anyone more sensible among you? Have any of you anything to say? To swear?
My lady, I swear to serve the Empire, to do whatever is asked of me, and never disobey.
Well said, that man. Of course, it wouldn't do to simply take you at your word.
Kill him. Surely you can do that much. He must be guilty of something or other, or he wouldn't have attempted to flee the Empire.
I have a family. Kami, forgive me. Kami, forgive me.
Ugh.
Very, very good. I've always had a soft spot for men like you. Next, I want you to shoot those two over there. Too old to work, you understand. A burden on the Empire. We can't have that.
But they're my parents. You can't expect me to...
Well then, that didn't go well. We can't. Not now.
She's right. They would simply take the villagers hostage. We must consider the wider picture. If we act recklessly, we risk alerting the Garleans to our presence here, making it that much harder for us to work with the local rebels. To say nothing of the reprisals ordinary civilians would be made to suffer.
Open your eyes, girl. They are already suffering. Let me go. I am putting an end to this madness. I will approach the village alone and identify myself. As a former leader of the rebellion and a known fugitive, they will wish to detain me until they are certain they have learned all I know. Use this time to make your plans.
You saw what those monsters did to the villagers. Who knows what they'll do to you, assuming they don't kill you where you stand?
We live and die at the pleasure of the Kami. My fate is in their hands and no others. If it be of any comfort, I am no stranger to chains.
You can't expect us to stand idly by as a comrade goes marching off to his death. And this is nothing like Kugane.
Nor is it like the Reach, Lise, or the Wall. Let him go. Hold out for as long as you can, but remember, noble sacrifices are to remain an absolute last resort. I wish I could say it won't come to that, but only the gods know how we're going to get you and the others out in one piece. A miracle, perchance.
A great tower stands to the north and east. Look to its occupants for aid and succor. Together, you may yet find your miracle. Now.
Oh. I double hit that, but he just was saying that he's gonna go do the thing.
Oh. Another idiot like all the rest. I'm beginning to think it may be something fundamental. Something intrinsic. Something quintessentially Doman to ignore the simple truth. You can't do a damn thing if you're dead.
Enough, Yotsuyu!
Well now, this is a surprise.
Hear me, Yotsuyu! Cease this farce, here and now, and I shall surrender myself to you. Refuse, and all shall answer to my blade.
Bring him to the tavern.
Ooh. Well then, what do you have to say, Alize? I hate it as much as you, maybe even more. Every fiber of my being was crying out to intervene, but what's done is done. Gosetsu's gamble has gifted us the time we need to find a solution. He bade us seek aid at the distant tower, yes? For want of a better idea, I say we do just that, while taking care to avoid the Imperials. To the tower, then. Yes. Avoiding Imperials on my very large, stealthy Gugu. That is a very tall tower, holy crap. Oh, flew past him. We seem to have evaded their patrols so far. What is that tower anyway? I've never seen anything like it. According to my map, we are on Onokoro, and the tower is known as Heaven on High, a mysterious structure built long ago by persons unknown. Oh gods, listen to me. I'm starting to sound like Alpha now. Next thing you know, I'll be saying things like, as you are doubtless already aware. Over there. Do you see it? Doesn't look like it's been dead long. Whoever did this, they're a good shot. I can't see a single stray arrow. Well, somebody's hungry. Wait, that wasn't either of you two, was it? No. Calm down. We had nothing to do with... Wait, what am I doing? They can't possibly understand us. Probably not, no. Time to run, Lise. We save our strength for any that give chase. You too, Oscar. Well, I gotta fight these ones. They are. Just imagine if they'd taken us by surprise. What a fine ending that would have been to our story. Anyway, I think it's safe to assume that the people at that tower know how to defend themselves. You'd have to, sharing an island with these things. Now all we need to do is convince them to help us. Let's do that. Oh, there's a settlement here. They've even got their own aetherite. Wait a minute, I've seen that standard before. It was when we met with Tansui, which means this place belongs to... Oh. Confederate Consternation. It would seem we have found a Confederate settlement. Mayhap even their headquarters, judging by the size of the place. The Gosetsu bade us seek out the Confederacy for aid and succor. The self-same Confederacy that refuses to openly oppose the Empire. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. At the very least, they're unlikely to ask us for the time. So, into the town we go. Oh, it's Tansui. What brings you hither, of all places? Were you not bound for Othard's shores? trust you have not forgotten our previous conversation on the subject. No? What do you want? A second opinion? Very well. Come with me. I will take you to the captain, Rasha. Just like that. An audience with their leader. Oh, very accommodating. We must needs choose our words carefully. You leave it to me. I've always been good with people. And this will also give me a chance to use the Eastern reading they showed me in Remnant's Tome. So many stairs. Everyone loves stairs in this game. Oh, Rasho. Greetings. You must be Rasho, leader of the Confederacy, and so on. I realize this is all a bit sudden, but the thing is, we have a little favor to ask. Oh gods, I've probably broken half a dozen rules of Far Eastern etiquette already. Well, I'm sorry about that. But you have to understand that we're in a hurry, so I'm going to stop talking now. Men who revere manners and tradition can be found the world over, but not here. Your candor is appreciated. Speak your heart. So, Gosetsu and Yotsu. I just noticed Tansui has purple hair. Gosetsu, a former leader of the rebellion. Aye, I know of him. Why he bade you petition us for aid and succor, however, I know not. At the risk of repeating myself, to join the Confederacy is to renounce all other ties. We are beholden to none, allied with none. When Doma was invaded by the Empire 25 years ago, we did not rush to her defense. Knowing this, do you honestly expect us to help you drive the Imperial forces out of Isari? The Garleans have long maintained a presence in this region, and we would be fools to break the peace, fragile as it is. Besides, you are capable warriors, yes? With guile and preparation, you can surely resolve this matter yourselves. It is imperative that our presence here remain secret for as long as possible. For us to openly engage the Imperials at this time would endanger everything we have come here to achieve. You have told us why you cannot fight, not why we should fight in your stead. If you would speak to me of lives saved, I would speak to you of slaughter, and when you will die when all pretense is lost and the Garleans declare war on the Confederacy. Hate is a luxury we cannot afford. You are free to come and go as you please, but you will receive no further aid. Thank you for your hospitality. If you would excuse us. Where'd they go? Oh. Hey, Asuka. I know that didn't go well, but I'm not prepared to give up on them yet. Gosetsu told us to come here for a reason. He must have believed we could convince them to help us. We just have to work out how. My thoughts exactly. I'm glad to hear we're of the same mind. It's little wonder they refused. We've done naught to persuade them. The real work begins now. We need to learn more about the Confederacy, what their needs and weaknesses are. Once we know that, we will know how to earn their trust. Can I? Nope. Won't let me jump over. Arms crate. Doesn't look like they've been maintained, is what that said. find in the big red circle. Something down there. Empty crates. You there, now Ashiro. Taking an interest in the ship. Good eye. She's not much to look at now, but once upon a time she was a beauty. The Confederacy favors flotillas of smaller ships to capture and board errant vessels. The large ones, like this Sekibune, only take part in major engagements. Not that we've had any of those recently, what with those Imperial bastards throwing their weight around. If it wasn't for them, well, no use moaning about what you can't change, eh? Okay. Now back to Alizé. Looks like she's up the stairs a bit. Had a good look around. Then we just need to wait for Lise. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I wanted to talk to as many people as I could. It's just as Tansui said. I have no intention of standing up to Yotsuyu. I don't know if you two got a different impression. Under the right circumstances, they might help us. I agree. It's obvious that they are struggling to survive, that they blame the Imperials for their recent troubles. Even if we do nothing, it is inevitable that they will come into conflict with the Empire sooner or later, and deep down, they all know it. The only thing holding them back at the moment is the belief that they lack the strength to survive the coming war. So we need to prove to them that we're not all talk, that we can be valuable allies in a fight. And what better way to demonstrate our worth than by seeking out people with mundane problems and offering them our expert assistance? Wouldn't be the first time we've had to earn someone's trust by helping them out with this and that, and you know it won't be the last. Nice commentary on how video games work. I'll look around the western end of Onokoro. You two take the east. Good luck. Right. Probably only gonna let us take one of these at a time. Afumi, what do you got for me? The solace of the sea. Kami, take me. What kind of pirate cannot suffer the sway of the ocean? A new recruit from far-flung shores. Listen well, I have a task for you. Go first to Aokumo below and receive of him medicine for men of the earth. Then to Quickscape Pier and the hapless Doman bemoaning his wretched fate. Quickly. Okay. There he is. Come at the behest of Afumi for medicine. My very best is yours for the taking. Thanks. How pitiful the lot of this Doman, unable to stomach the sea. A true Confederate could raid a dozen ships while in his cups. Mayhap this one should return whence he came. Mayhap. Let's go find him and give him his medicine now. Oh, why is it shift and shutter still? Here, have some medicine. Medicines! Give them here. They may look down on me for resorting to such measures, but I would do aught to render the world stable and motionless once more. You are kind, as is Afumi. You may tell her that I will return to my duties as soon as I am able. I will. The Doman was raised in the mountains of his homeland. The first time he saw the sea was after he fled his homeland and came to us. He tosses and turns in his sleep, and when he takes to the water, it is not long before he can no longer stand. But he will grow accustomed to this life. He is hardly the first, after all. Captain too was once of Doma, though he cast all aside 25 years ago, when the Imperials took his lands and the lives of his parents and brothers. Perhaps you too will renounce your ties and join us someday. Aye, I mistook you for a recruit before, but I know your tale now. Tansui unfolded all. Think on my offer, Westerner. You may find small joys in the land, and the sea holds salvation. Let's go to those other people with quests. Hajika. The arrows of misfortune. You strike me as a strong and capable individual. I have a job for you, Westerner, if you are courageous as well. On the beach far to the west lies the carcass of a Yuki, feathered with arrows. I would have you go and retrieve those which may still be of use. While you are about it, I should be glad if you were to butcher its tail for meat. Very good meat with Yuki tails, you know. But I did say you would need to be a courageous sort, and I meant it. The beast was young. Do not be surprised if an angry mother mourns his child. You just left it there? Right? Oh, she's big. Oh, got the arrows. Now I gotta get the tail meat. Alright. Now back to Kajika. You've been away for some time, perhaps in search of a young Yuki corpse? Yep, got your arrows and your meat. I see I did not misjudge you. Thank you for the help. Would that I could have tended to my own kill, but such is life. Pity the meat is not as delicious as it is nutritious. Under normal circumstances, we would not bother hunting Yuki as game. As you may have heard, these are not normal circumstances. Arrows too must be reused when possible. Prudent measure becomes necessary, alas. With every passing day, our fortune grows more uncertain, our future, I mean. But this day we shall have full bellies, and in that we must take solace. And wayward travelers need not risk the ire of vengeful Yuki by wandering near my neglected kill. A strange sigh passes your lips. Have I said something odd? No matter. Thank you again for your aid. person over here. Aranami. Hello, Aranami. The last voyage. You there. Ah, you. Have you seen a bumbling clod of an Aura? A new recruit I ordered to patrol the northern edge of Onokoro. He is late in returning. A strange boy he was, quiet and brooding. Reluctant to speak unless spoken to first. Better than that fool who never holds his tongue, perhaps. Much as I would enjoy dragging him back by the ear, I cannot. Duty compels me to remain. You, on the other hand, have no such obligations. I'll go find your recruit. Here we go. Our destination. One of them. Nope, didn't find him. Are you over here? Nope. What about it? This one? There we go. Clue. There you are. What? Who are you? You do not look like a woman of the Confederacy. Forgive me. 'Twas but yesterday we bid farewell to one of our own, and I worried that she might have lost her way. We laid her to rest in a boat and pushed her out till the current claimed it. For the sea is our home, now and ever after. But those sent thither with burdened hearts may drift back to shore, it is said. Out of concern for her comrades, she strove to earn far more than her keep. She hunted rare and deadly game in treacherous waters, and lost her life for it. But my vigil is ended, her vessel has not returned to Onokoro. She has made peace with this life, and placed her faith in us to live on. Alrighty. Back to Aranami. Aranami. So what of my recruit? Did you find him napping on the beach or some such? What? All this time he was standing watch for the funerary vessel? Huh. So rarely does he give voice to his thoughts. I had no idea our comrade's death had affected him, so too quick was I to judge him. It is good that you went in my stead, else I might have spoken and made a fool of myself. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Our next quest is this way. It's Lise. No, it's not. It's Hirase. I just saw the SE. Alize's stones. You've been busy, haven't you? And now you're here to ask if I need help with anything. Heh, now that you mention it. Lately, we've had trouble with ravenous sharks that have been leaping out of the water and making off with our fish. Damnedest thing, I know, but you wouldn't doubt it if you saw it. We've got to cull the thieving bastards regularly. So happens I sent 3 of my mates out there before you came along. Still, the more the merrier. If you can kill 2 or so, that ought to be enough. Take a few of those rotting fish as bait. I'll not be needing them. Oh, and maybe see if you can't find the other group. They've been away longer than I like. Sun-ripened chum. go to the spot that he wants us to go to. Where? There we go. Sharks can fly. We're gonna find another place like that. There it is. Have at thee. Search for the industrious pirate. Oh, there he is. Being threatened by a ninja turtle. It's Leonardo. Oh, Kami be praised. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. My partners and I got separated when we fled. You haven't seen them, have you? No. Damn. Before the Kojin started chasing us, their leader asked us if we were Doman. They're Yotsuyu's catchers, I know it. First Asari and now this. I've got to tell Rasho and the others. Report to Alize. Where is she? There she is. Ah, there you are, Asuka. I heard you went shark hunting. We too did our fair share of beast culling, though I think Lise made a stronger impression when she bested a drunken pirate in the sparring match. Fastest knockout to date, I'm told. I should like to think we have proven ourselves to be rather... Why do I get the feeling you have something important to tell me? Kojin mercenaries rounding up Doman Confederates? Surely Yotsuyu has crossed the line now. We must go and speak with Rasho immediately. Even he cannot deny that this changes everything. At least, I should like to think that he cannot. Alright, let's go talk to Rasho.
Our most compassionate acquaintances return. For your deeds, we owe you many thanks. But something tells me our thanks are not sufficient. The strange thing is, I was certain you understood our position. And yet here you are with that same look in your eyes, and those same words upon your lips, I'll wager.
Different words this time.
I speak only the truth. The Confederacy will not be spared Yotsuyu's wrath. You have always known this, that one day you would have no choice but to stand up to the Empire. I say to you that day is today, and come once more to ask that you join us in the fight.
How convenient that recent events should lend such credence to your claims. Tell me, do death and destruction always follow in your wake?
Yeah, kinda.
They had no part in it, Tansui. You know this. We all know this. They came and took our Doman brothers. They will torture them for her sport. Murder them for her satisfaction. So we attack and get butchered for our trouble, or do naught and let them have their pound of flesh. If this be our choice, I say we suffer the ignominy. We endure. We survive. There is no better path. Until the day our enemy is grown weaker and we stronger, there can be no retribution. We will wait for a sign. Such is the judgment of the Confederacy.
So that's it then. You're just going to abandon them to her. They'd die for you, you know, for the Confederacy. They would die for you, but you wouldn't even think to risk your lives for theirs.
I have one last idea, if you will allow. I'm afraid it's not very good as ideas go. It's exceedingly reckless, in fact, and you may well come to despise me for ever having suggested it. Assuming we survive, that is. The question being, do you trust me?
Yes. Do you even need to ask?
We can't stand by and let innocent people suffer, here or anywhere else. I'll do whatever it takes.
Then let us roll the dice. If it's a sign you want, we shall give you one. One rousing enough to make you drive every Garlean out of Isari without a second thought. You are wary of invoking the ire of the Imperial forces stationed in Doma, correct? Know then that once we have rescued our comrade and freed Isari, we mean to liberate the nation as a whole. You will doubtless require assurances that we are capable of achieving this, and that is only fair. Accordingly, we shall demonstrate our seriousness by depriving the Garleans of a key ally, the Kojin.
What, the three of you, just like that?
Actually, my esteemed colleague here will attend to it on her own. But the how of it is not your concern, only the outcome. If we succeed, you help us liberate Isari. If we fail, you lose nothing. A simple enough wager, if you have the stones for it.
The little miss does make it hard to refuse, does she not?
Words are air. We will weigh you by your deeds.
Well then, let's go do some deeds. Rasho. Under the sea. So, alone you will deal with the Kojin. If you're set upon this course, I shall give you a word of advice. Two factions of the Kojin. The mercenaries who serve the Empire belong to the Red. Those who belong to the Blue are the traders. They have made no pact with the Imperials, and so may be willing to aid your cause. Seek the Blue on the Isle of Beko. There you will find a cave. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Captain. We shall endeavor not to keep you waiting over long for your sign. Right then, let us head for... Wait, where is Lise? We cannot leave without her. Lise, where'd you go? Okay. Asuka, what is it? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to wander off. I just wanted to have a think. You're worried we won't be able to live up to our promises. No, it's not that at all. If anything, I'm frustrated that I didn't think of it first. Eda and my father had a way with words. They knew how to inspire people, how to bring them together. I always hoped I might have something of that in me too, but I'm starting to think I don't. What am I even doing here? Lise, you... Gods, listen to me. I don't know where that came from. Forget I said anything. We have places to go, Imperials to fight, and friends to save. But we're not going to get any of that done by standing around here moaning, right? Right? Before we first traveled to Girabanya, I was in Limsa visiting a friend, a young child who had been through a great deal. That's neither here nor there, I suppose. Anyway, on the way back, I passed a patisserie which sold some of the most exquisite-looking tarts I had ever seen. I've always preferred cookies, to be honest, but nevertheless, I decided to stop and try one. I'll treat you to one when all this is over. Asuka too, and I won't take no for an answer. What about Y'shtola? We'd never hear the end of it. Alright, Y'shtola too, once she's better. Deal? Good. Then let's hurry, shall we? We have a million things to do before then. Alright. We have to go to the Isle of Becco. But we'll go do that next time. For now, that's where we'll end this one.